look at how far apart the arrows have become again. Back in the 70s, when Ed Graham and I struggled through inventing the kind of forecasting we do now, the economy really cycled. You can see it on the left there. Your left. And so if you were trying to keep your capacity aligned with the economy, you had a great deal of difficulty in the 70s. That's why FTR has a differentiated, very unique forecasting method, because it was invented to handle that kind of uncertainty. It was honestly less useful in the 80s and 90s and early aughts, because look, the distance between those lines came down, and the business of adapting to the economy became a lot easier. Now it looks like those lines are getting farther apart again, which means that your environment is getting much more uncertain, and you need to think more about what could happen. What that translates to, we're missing we're missing a index on the right side. We're talking about 3.5% growth in truckloads over the next 2 or 3 years. This is the application of Bill's base forecast translated into trucking. You can see the big drop-off. You can see the nice recovery we had in 2009, and now we're forecasting relatively modest growth for trucking over the next 2 or 3 years. Keep in mind that there will be exceptions to that where it's much lower or much higher, but the growth we're talking about is about the case, a stagnant case, which is no growth, and the recession case that Bill talked about, the double dip. And you can see, if you look at the difference between the base case, 4% higher in a year and a half from today, to the recession case, which would be a couple % lower. So we're talking about a realistic swing of 6% in your freight levels. That's the kind of uncertainty that you need to be preparing for. I wish that I could tell you what the answer was, but if I could, you wouldn't be listening to me, you would be worshiping me. Think about it.